In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a Kurinuki Yunomi. A Yunomi is a Japanese style teacup, and Kurinuki is the traditional method of carving from a single block of clay. Here I start with a block of clay of about 600 grams and start to hollow out the inside using a large loop tool. You want to hollow out the clay until the walls and the base are around 2 centimeters thick. You can measure this by poking a needle tool in the side or the base of the clay. And I then go in and shape the clay with my hands into a general cup shape. I then go on and carve the top of the cup. Here I'm focusing on flattening out the top, which makes carving of the exterior much easier later on. After I'm happy with this, I then go in and use a smaller loop tool and focus on producing more decorative cups, which will be visible in the final piece. Here you can experiment with different tools and different textures, but I'm wanting to create a more simple wave pattern following the shape of the pot. I then go on and carve the outside. Here I'm using home DIY tools meant for polyfiller, but give nice clean cuts. I first go around the pot just creating the general shape. I wanted the cup to go more in at the base and outer at the top like a traditional teacup. I then start to produce more smaller decorative cuts and tear the clay away, giving a nice natural texture. After I'm happy with the general shape of the outside, I then flip the pot over to start to carve the foot. Here I'm using a small loop tool to go around the base at a 90-degree angle to produce a large foot, which is quite traditional in Yunomis. I wanted the foot to be quite small in contrast with the shape of the teacup. So here I'm just refining the shape of the foot and then also going in with a smaller loop tool to carve out the middle bit. I then clean up the edges around the foot with the same tool I used to carve the outside. I then go on and finish the carving of the exterior of the pot. Here I'm focusing on making more decorative cuts, as these will be visible in the final piece. It's also important to thin out the rim so it's more comfortable to drink out of. And I just follow the shape of the pot as I go around and make these cuts to mimic the interior. And finally I finish off the carving of the inside. Here I'm just refining the cuts I made earlier and also carving a little swirl at the base of the cup, which you can see here in this close-up. And that's the final piece done. So I hope you guys enjoyed this demo of how to make a Kurinuki Yunomi. You can find more information on the blog post that I have to go alongside this, which I've linked down below. And I would love to see your guys' creations, so come and find me on Instagram at @blankearth. Thank you and happy pottering.